But being that the case, I had to learn simply how to walk away from certain people, because being an empath, taking in that energy, it is a lot of energy to take in, and it can be very overwhelming. And I had to learn at times to be alone. And for years, I would not allow myself to be alone because I did not like to be lonely. And now I like to be alone and have time to myself a lot of the time. You have to take time to yourself. Get to know who you are as a person, and sit down with yourself and love yourself and grow yourself. Get to know yourself without communicating, without the TV, without the YouTube channel, except for me. Without electronics of any device or anything, without the games or anything you have electronic, whether it's possibly sitting, reading a good book out in nature or in your room quietly, whether it's going on a walk quietly, whether it's cooking something quietly by yourself, whatever it is that helps you. Get to know who you are, because who you are is important. Nobody is more important than getting to know yourself. Because the truth is, and I tell people this all the time, nobody is going to take care of you better than you are. I can guide people all I desire, but nobody is going to take care of that person more than you. And you have to decide to do that, and you have to choose to do that. But on top of that, the negative aspect. Well, what about the negative aspect? You didn't say anything about it or anything. Hold on, I'm getting there. The negative aspect of things, of what you have to see and realize, is that you have to find a way to spew it out. In a sense, get rid of the negativity. This does not mean giving all your negativity to a person, but whatever works for you personally, that gets rid of it. It could be writing a letter. I've heard of people who write letters and put it in a little cubby to get rid of it. I've heard of people who do like I do, who vent out their energy to other people who are able to handle that type of energy. Or some people do also like I do, where you talk to yourself and you yell out what you feel so that you can get rid of the tension of whatever you feel. Or perhaps even it could be going out to your favorite place. Maybe you do dancing, maybe you go skating, whatever fun thing you can do to let your mind go of what's going on, to let it go and keep going from there. It's up to you. It's all up to you. You have to be the one to decide and making that choice. But you have to choose to make it happen. Nobody else can choose for you. Nobody can make you or force you to change that negativity. It's all up to you. And if you're a negative person, then this probably isn't for you to begin with. But if you're willing to understand yourself and find what works for you, then this is something that could possibly change and benefit you in growing who you are as a person and understanding who you are. And no matter who you are out there, you all deserve it. So understanding the negativity and growing past that is vitally important, to let go of it. Because to hold that in is like a bottle of soda. If you shake the soda enough and if you open the cap, it will burst. You are in that same way. The more tension that is in you personally, the more likely you will burst. On top of that, you need to go out into nature, because you have to understand the simple science that the light you consume from the sun is vitally important for your health. there was a study actually done on people who used the sun to see how they would act, and then people who didn't. This was done, I believe, with 50 people in a test. And what had happened simply was that the people who had actually taken time, what they saw from them, from the results of it, the people who went out in sunlight, they weren't as much stressed. They were actually stress-free. They didn't get sick so easily or any diseases, while many of the others who didn't had gotten diseases, or better yet, gotten sick or were very stressed out. The light plays a completely important role in how you react towards your world. Taking the time to go out into nature, taking the time to be out in sunlight and breathe in that air, breathe in that sunlight, take it all in and be more of who you are will help in benefiting you to grow who you are as a person and loving who you are as a person, because you deserve everything. And like I had said earlier, no one is going to take care of you better than you. Again, to know thyself is to know the Creator within. And you are the only one who can know yourself more than anybody. Always know that you are divine. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So to everybody out there, have a good morning, have a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. Namaste.